Next, we're going to talk about the verb to go. That's not stuck together. We can use this verb in many different ways. We can use it as part of the verb, he is going. In this sentence, we add ing, here's our verb go, we add ing, and it becomes part of the verb, he is going. We did this before with he or they are going to school. You could just say he is going, but it makes more sense to say he is going where. And that is going to be using a prepositional phrase. You could say he is going to school, or you could say he is going on vacation. Here we have some great pictures of going on vacation. Here are some places that people like to go on vacation. Here's another way to show how we can travel all over the world to see many different special things when we go on vacation. But even going camping is a good way to go on vacation. So we could say he is going to school, he is going on vacation. In this type of sentence right here, going is part of the verb. But do you remember how we can also take that word going and call it the act of going and put it as the subject of the sentence? So in this sentence, we're trying to use going as the subject. But does this sentence make sense? Going is fun. This sentence does not make sense. If we are going to use going as the subject of the sentence, we need to say, where are we going? We need the subject of the sentence to make sense. So we could say, for example, going to school is fun. If we do this, we need to figure out, well, which one of those words do we match up with the verb? Here is our verb, but we need to decide, do we need is or do we need are? Is would be for a singular subject, just one, and are would be for a plural subject, which is more than one. So we have to look at our words here in our subject, and we need to remember that when we are using the gerund form of the verb go, which is right here, that's going to be the word that we match to our verb. We can also see here in this one's a little bit easier because we can say, well, to is a preposition, which means school is the object of the preposition, and when we have a prepositional phrase in the subject, we can kind of cover that up for a minute, and then that will help us find the word that we're looking for, which is this one. And going, when we use the gerund form, remember gerund is when we add ing to a verb and then we turn it into a noun by saying that it is the act of going. The gerund form or the ing form we use with a singular verb. We do not use are. Are goes with plural subjects like they. So we're not going to use this one. We will use is. Going is fun. But then we need to get our prepositional phrase back so that we know where we are going. And we say going to school is fun. We can also say that going on vacation is fun. I think going on vacation is more fun than going to school, but going on vacation is our subject, going on vacation. And then we decide, well, what word do we need to match up with our verb is? And it's going. We use that with is. Going on vacation is fun. Now, there is something special we can do with this verb go, we can use it to make a whole new kind of sentence. But before we do that, I want us to remember that in this type of sentence that we've been talking about, where we have the verb to be, it could be am, is, are, and then we have our verb plus ing. For example, I could say, I am eating. I could say, she is sleeping. In these sentences, the eating and the sleeping is happening right now. I am eating right now. She is sleeping right now. But with the verb go, we can use it by adding an extra word. Here it comes. Take a look at this. That extra word to. If we put that little word to after it, then we can make what is happening in the sentence become something that hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen later. So it's a whole new kind of sentence because the action is not going to happen right now. We're going to say it will happen later. It is going to happen, but not yet. So let's look for example. She is going to read a book means that she is not reading a book right now, but maybe she will read a book later. Let's look at some examples of things that he could do later, but he is not doing right now. And we are going to use this special verb is going to. We could say he is going to read a book. He is going to read a book. He's not reading a book right now, but he will later. We could say he is going to watch TV. He is going to play basketball. He is going to sleep. He is going to swim. He is going to go swimming. He is going to go camping. I want you to notice how some of these verbs need an object and some do not. With read, we do not need to have an object, but we can. We could say he is going to read. We can also say he is going to read what? He is going to read a newspaper, he is going to read a magazine, or he is going to read a book. So our whole verb in this sentence, in this type of sentence, is going to read. Is going to read what? Is going to read a book. So this is the object of the sentence, and this is the whole verb. You can see that we have objects in this sentence. Watch what? Watch TV. Play what? Play basketball. With the verb sleep, we do not need an object after it. That would not make sense. If we say he is going to sleep, it would not make sense for us to say he is going to sleep what? He is going to sleep bed. That does not make sense. We could say, we might want to know where is he going to sleep, but the answer to where is answered in a prepositional phrase. So we could say he is going to sleep in his bed, or he is going to sleep in a sleeping bag. But we could just say he is going to sleep, and then we do not have an object at the end of that. With the verb swim, we do not need an object. We could just say he is going to swim. It would not make sense to say he is going to swim pool, because our question is not what, it is where. He is going to swim where? So we could say he is going to swim in the pool. He is going to swim in the ocean. he is going to swim in the lake. So we could use a prepositional phrase to tell us where he is swimming. But we can also just say he is going to swim. We can also say, I want you to notice something interesting here with swim. We can also say he is going to go swimming. This one is a little bit tricky because look at this. We have the word go here, and then we are going to use it again. So that's a pretty advanced sentence. But we could say he is going to go swimming. We could also say he is going to go camping. So let's read these sentences one more time. He is going to read a book. He is going to watch TV. He is going to play basketball. He is going to sleep. He is going to swim. He is going to go swimming. He is going to go camping. With these sentences, this means it is not happening right now. It is going to happen later. It is going to happen in the future. That means not yet. We also want to see that our verb in these sentences is 4 words. Is going to, and then the action word read. Some of these need an object after them, especially if with that verb we need to ask the question what in order for it to make sense. Watch what? Play what? Some of these do not need an object after it, like sleep and swim, but we might want to use a prepositional phrase that tells us where they are sleeping or where they are swimming. And that's because we have the question where. So the question where can be answered in a prepositional phrase, and the question what can be answered with an object.